For the past few months, we've seen so many foldables and flip phones in the Indian market. But when you talk about flip phones, they're synonymous with a company that ruled the roost for the longest time, Motorola. And what if I told you that this isn't just a trip down memory lane, a flagship phone, or maybe the gentleman standing beside me, Sergio Buniac, what a pleasure to have you on Tech Today,
Thanks, my pleasure to be here.
is actually holding the device which is the absolute flagship for Motorola. Sergio, you got to tell us a little bit about the much anticipated launches, the Razr 40 and the Razr 40 Ultra.
Yeah, so we are very proud to launch the Razr today in India. We are going pre-sales today and live on the 15th. One important thing that important to mention, 100% of our Razrs are built and manufactured in India, what we call India for India. Very excited with the launch. We have some early shipments in North America, some other markets. There is a lot of interest, but one of very interesting things we learned, this is one form factor that for the first time is bringing a lot of consumers from iPhone. So 30% of the early sales came from iPhone, and 46% of our searches are coming from iOS devices.
It's very, very interesting stats out there because, well, if the Apple and iPhone lovers are watching, we need a foldable very soon because Motorola is here for now to dominate the market. But Sergio, just to understand a little bit more, if I was in the market for a foldable, the first thing we'll want to know, in India we're very price conscious as well, is how much would this be priced at and how much would the Ultra be priced at? How many rupees would I be making my wallet lighter by investing in this foldable?
Okay. So the Razr Ultra, latest specs, 8th gen, full screen outside, wireless charging, 3800 battery, is going to go on sale at 8999 with a rebate to go to 82999, as you say here. And the Razr 40 is going to be at 59999 and 5499 after banking and rebates. So it's almost 30% cheaper than the previous generations. We way more specs.
Very, very competitive pricing because we've seen a bunch of foldables on Tech Today, but if Motorola is coming into this entire, well, race and actually giving you a very competitive pricing with these specs, we're waiting to review this and unbox this only on Tech Today. But Sergio, I just want to understand a little bit more. When you said that a lot of the users have been coming from iOS devices, so when you look at perhaps the other brands that are getting into the market, Google now has launched a Pixel Fold, then we have Oppo with a foldable, and several other devices as well. Where does the Razr really stand apart from the competition?
So I think, number one, we were the first to launch a flip phone like the V3 many years ago, the first to bring the foldable to the smartphones 2 years ago. And we have been learning so much about consumers. So from the last generation, we have increased the battery, but more important, that with this device, you don't need to open the phone. If you decide to, you can do your WhatsApp, emails, anything from this large 3.6 screen, larger than any competitor today and in the next few coming launches. You have like things like you can do camera, so you can film like that. If you twist, you can take a picture. And the most interesting part, when you take a picture, you can see what people are seeing. So if I take your picture now, you're probably seeing yourself in the mirror. That's an amazing feature, so you know how your pictures look like. So it's not only about the specs, but you have been working on the experience. Right. One small example, Spotify did an exclusive screen to optimize our screen set. So the experience for consumers, for women, we have the mirror mode, or men. For bloggers, you can do this, we call stand mode, when you can take videos on bloggers and see how you're performing. So there is a lot you discover when you do the unboxing, I hope.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited about this particular device. But Sergio, what I also wanted to understand a little bit about was your journey at Motorola, because you've seen it over the years through several different renditions and avatars, right from 96, much before the Lenovo deal, and even before the Google deal, I'd presume?
So we spin off the business around 2010. Yeah. Then we become a separate entity. We were acquired by Google. We were acquired by Lenovo. We like to say we learn a lot from those. So Motorola was a big conglomerate, engineers, do the best phones, RF. With Google, we learn about consumers. Google was all about what consumers care, and that was a big learning. And Lenovo bring this global footprinting, where we have factories in 4 countries, including India. We produce our phones, we manufacture our phones. So when you add the best engineers, the great consumer experience, and the global footprint of Lenovo, it put us very big ambitions. And our ambitions in India is to become a top 3 player in the next 3 years.
No, I appreciate that. And it's very interesting that you really charted out that journey for us, because what I want to understand was these are very big, very innovative tech companies. How much does culture change with your teams at Motorola when you go through so many different versions and different pedestals?
Look, I think there is a learning curve. I don't know if you saw, but a few months ago we announced a rollable device that rolls, right?
And MWC Barcelona.
MWC Barcelona. We actually build a few, so we have a few in the market, not only a concept, but it's an actual device. We have some sampling around the globe. The technology is the same of the Razr. So it's a foldable display that we roll.
Yeah.
And what this allows is another huge experiments of new form factors that we are going to be announcing soon. For today, it's what we have, but we have been experiencing that. We are glad to be the first. We have streamlined the reliability. This can open and close at least 400,000 times. So it take probably 10 years before you start having problems opening and closing. And we are very proud. I mean, very excited. And it has been the early response 3 times better than what we forecast. Let's hope it continues like that.
Sergio, you mentioned one thing which is very interesting, which was the Moto Razr concept that we saw at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, an absolute showstopper. Everyone, all of us from the media and the creator community were flocking that particular booth. Also with your other rollable displays, I think, with tablets and with laptops, because that seems to be the future for Motorola going forward. When can we see the Razr concept perhaps becoming a reality? Do we have a time frame at Motorola for something like that?
So it's a reality now. We have probably a few hundred samples running around, testing, working fine. We have nothing to announce today, but I would say soon. We may see some limited editions coming to the market very soon.
Soon, that's what Sergio says, Global President and Motorola, joining us on Tech Today exclusively. Sergio, I appreciate you joining us. And maybe the next time we actually meet, it will be with a rollable display.
Hope so, and you'll be not so far away from now.
Pleasure meeting you. Obrigado.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.
Namaste.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.